The sky over Earth was calm, almost peaceful until it wasn't. Out of nowhere, a massive alien ship appeared in the orbit. It was unlike anything humans had ever seen. Its hull was dark, cold, and smooth. It floated silently as if watching the planet below. No engine sounds, no lights blinking in patterns humans could understand, only a strange, icy glow. Panic spread quickly. Satellites blinked out one by one. Air defense systems scrambled, but no one knew where to fire or how to attack. The world had never seen something so terrifying. Cities lit up with emergency lights. People ran to shelters. News channels repeated the same message: unknown alien ship detected. Authorities advised caution. Inside the alien ship, in a dark observation room, the Infiltrator watched. It was small compared to the massive vessel, moving quietly among the ship's corridors. Its eyes were sharp, scanning every corner of the planet. It had been sent to Earth long before the massive ship arrived. Its mission was simple: observe humans, report back, and prepare the alien empire for an easy conquest. This species is weak, the Infiltrator thought. They panic at shadows. They cannot fight what they cannot understand. But even as it watched, it noticed something strange. Not all humans ran in fear. In some places, small groups helped each other. Children were being guided to safety by strangers. Soldiers were trying to organize despite confusion. Something about their courage, it was unusual. On Earth, the military was in chaos. Fighter jets took off but returned quickly, reporting nothing. Missiles launched but missed. Radar systems were scrambled by the alien ship's strange energy. Leaders argued over what to do next. Was it a test? A threat? Something beyond comprehension? In the middle of this confusion, Captain Eric Vale stood on the command deck of the Earth Defense Headquarters. He was young, yes, but his mind was sharp. He didn't panic. Instead, he watched the readings carefully. He noticed patterns in the alien ship's movements. Small vibrations, tiny energy pulses that repeated every few minutes. Not random, he muttered. They are doing something. But what? Eric was not alone. His team worked frantically, trying to decode the alien signals. They didn't fully understand the technology, but they knew one thing: the aliens underestimated humans. Eric smiled faintly. Then we can use that. Meanwhile, the alien Infiltrator moved closer to Earth, observing civilians directly. It watched them evacuate, it watched them fight in small skirmishes against panicked crowds, and it watched their leaders stay calm under pressure. Something inside it shifted. For the first time, it questioned its report. Were humans really weak? Hours passed, and the alien ship remained above the planet, silent and imposing. Every nation was on high alert. Communications were frantic. Some people tried to send peaceful messages, but no one knew if the aliens could understand them. Other humans tried to study the ship's energy signature, hoping to find a weakness. From the aliens' perspective, humans were still chaotic. But that small spark of bravery, that willingness to act despite fear, caught its attention. It started to follow small groups, seeing how they moved and protected each other. One human, a young woman named Lena Kaur, helped organize civilians and guided soldiers in a way that shocked even the trained military officers. Her courage was quiet but firm, like a light in the darkness. The Infiltrator made a note: unexpected behavior. This species is different. They survive under pressure. Perhaps stronger than expected. By nightfall, the alien ship hovered over the Earth's largest cities. Its lights shone coldly over streets filled with people. Military radars continued to fail, and the Infiltrator observed quietly. It was supposed to report weakness. Instead, it began to question everything it had been taught about humans. In the command center, Eric watched the alien ship through the main observation screen. "We need to stay calm," he said to his team. "They are big. They are strong. But they cannot break human courage. Not yet." Across the globe, humans were terrified, but they also began to act. Strangers helped strangers. Soldiers protected civilians. Scientists tried to decode alien energy. Children were guided to safe places. Something new was happening. Fear was present, but courage was growing faster. And somewhere above, the alien Infiltrator watched it all. Its mission was to spy and report. Yet now, confusion clouded its mind. Humans were not behaving like other species. They panicked, yes, but they also stood, fought, and protected each other. That bravery, it was something the Infiltrator had never seen. The first day of this unexpected war was ending, but no one knew how it would continue. The aliens were strong, advanced, and terrifying. The humans were frightened, unprepared, but perhaps not weak. And the alien spy, who had believed Earth would fall easily, began to understand something it could not ignore: Human valor was a force that even the galaxy's mightiest could not predict. The alien ship hovered above Earth like a dark cloud. Its cold lights scanned the cities below, and every time humans moved, the vessel seemed to adjust, predicting their steps. Panic had settled across the planet, yet strangely not all humans ran in fear. Some stood, organized, determined to survive. Inside the alien ship, the Infiltrator studied humans closely. It had expected chaos, weakness, and surrender. Instead, it saw something it didn't understand: courage. Soldiers held their ground against panic. Civilians helped strangers escape danger. Even children were brave, clinging to each other and following directions without crying. "This is unusual," the Infiltrator muttered to itself. "They are not like any species we have conquered before." Back on Earth, Captain Eric Vale was at the command center, eyes glued to the main screen. He studied the alien ship's energy pulses carefully. Each pulse followed a pattern, a rhythm that could be predicted. If he could understand it fully, maybe humanity could use it against them. Eric turned to his team. "Listen carefully. These pulses are not random. There's a logic behind them. If we can decode it, we might find a weakness." His team worked quickly. Charts were drawn. Calculations were made. Hours passed, but they were close to understanding something crucial. Every second was dangerous. The alien ship could strike at any time. Meanwhile, Lena Kaur, the young strategist, moved through the city streets with a small team of volunteers. Smoke rose from damaged buildings, fires burned uncontrolled, and sirens blared constantly. Civilians froze in fear, but Lena ran toward danger instead. She guided trapped people, directed emergency crews, and even helped soldiers barricade streets against smaller alien drones that had started dropping from the main ship. The Infiltrator watched her closely. Every move Lena made was precise, brave, and effective. It had never seen such leadership, such courage in a human before. Slowly, doubt began to creep into its mind. Maybe humans were not weak. Maybe they were dangerous. Suddenly, a smaller alien scout ship detached from the main vessel. It zipped toward the city with lightning speed, firing energy beams that demolished buildings in seconds. Panic erupted among humans, but Lena did not retreat. She shouted orders, guiding civilians to cover. Soldiers followed her lead, creating a makeshift defense line. Captain Eric noticed the scout on his screen. "It's heading straight for the evacuation zone. We need to stop it before it reaches the civilians," he said. Eric's team quickly calculated the scout's energy signature. They noticed something strange. The scout's shields fluctuated whenever it fired its energy beams. That was the opening. If they timed it perfectly, they could strike while the shields were down. Eric gave the order. Missile batteries targeted the scout, each weapon fired with precision. The missiles struck as the shields flickered, and the scout erupted into flames. The streets cheered. Humans had survived an attack that should have wiped them out. From above, the alien Infiltrator's sensors recorded everything. The humans were unpredictable. Their bravery was dangerous. It started to worry. If it reported these findings to the alien empire, they might not believe it. Humans, they were not weak. Night fell over the city, but the alien ship remained in orbit, unmoving and silent. Civilians slowly emerged from shelters, tending to the injured and salvaging what they could. Fires burned in some areas, but hope glimmered in others. The humans were battered but not broken. Lena returned to the command post, exhausted but determined. "They won't take us easily," she said. "We need to prepare for what's coming next." Captain Eric nodded. "They're watching. Every move we make, they are learning. But we are learning too. And we are not afraid." The Infiltrator, still hidden among humans, started to question its mission. It had been sent to observe and report weakness. Yet every human it saw, every act of courage, challenged everything it believed. For the first time, it felt fear, not for itself but for the consequences if its empire underestimated humans. The night was long, filled with tension. Messages from military units came in. Small attacks, more alien scouts, and strange energy readings. But humans adapted quickly, working together in ways the alien ship did not expect. Every strategy, every move seemed designed to confuse and frustrate the invaders. And then, in the quietest moment, the Infiltrator noticed something even more shocking. The humans were not only surviving, they were starting to fight back in ways the aliens could not predict. Makeshift weapons, clever traps, and coordinated attacks began to push alien scouts back. Each success, small but meaningful, stunned the Infiltrator. It had been sent to spy on weakness, but what it found instead was something terrifying: human valor. Humans fought not just to survive but to protect one another. That was a kind of strength the alien empire had never encountered. As the first full day of the unexpected war came to an end, the Infiltrator sent a report back to the alien command. But it hesitated, unsure of what to write. Wait, not weak? Dangerous? It could not decide. For the humans, the night was just the beginning. They had survived the first wave of attacks and their courage had been tested and proven. They were not helpless. They were fighters. And the alien spy, now confused and wary, realized something chilling. This was a war unlike any the galaxy had ever seen, and humans were far stronger than anyone had imagined. The Infiltrator recorded its final thought before shutting down its sensors for the night. They are not weak. They are something else entirely. The city streets were quiet for a moment, but only for a moment. Fires burned in scattered places, smoke rising toward the sky. The humans had survived the first wave of alien attacks, but everyone knew it was far from over. Inside a hidden command center, Captain Eric Vale studied the alien energy patterns carefully. "They are testing us," he said. "Every attack, every pulse. It is not random. They want to see how we react." Eric's eyes moved across the screens. He noticed a small anomaly in the alien signals, a fluctuation that seemed out of place. "This could be their weak point," he muttered. "If we can exploit it, we may turn the tide." Meanwhile, the alien Infiltrator moved silently through the city. Its sensors recorded every human movement. It had been trained to detect weakness, but what it saw now was different. Humans were not only surviving, they were adapting, thinking, and even striking back in clever ways. The Infiltrator's mind was conflicted. Its mission was simple: report back to the alien empire and prepare for Earth's conquest. But what it was seeing now was unexpected. These humans were intelligent, brave, and unpredictable. Something inside the alien stirred. Curiosity? Respect? Perhaps even fear. In the chaos of the city, Lena Core led a small team through a damaged district. Civilians were trapped in a collapsed building, and alien drones hovered nearby, scanning for movement. Lena didn't hesitate. She directed her team to create a diversion, drawing the drones away while the civilians escaped. The Infiltrator observed from a distance, astonished. No other species had ever acted with such precise bravery. Most would have fled. Most would have panicked. But humans fought with their minds as much as their bodies. Back at the command center, Eric and his team prepared a bold plan. Using the anomaly he had discovered, they could create a small energy pulse that would disrupt the alien ship's shield for a few crucial seconds. It was risky. If they failed, the city would face total destruction. But it was the only chance. "Everyone ready?" Eric asked, voice calm but firm. His team nodded. He pressed the activation sequence. The screens flickered and a low hum filled the room. Outside, the alien ship's energy field shimmered strangely. The Infiltrator immediately noticed the change. "They are interfering with our systems," it reported silently. "This is clever." The pulse worked. For a brief moment, a section of the alien ship's energy shield faltered. Human missiles fired precisely at the vulnerable spot. One by one, they struck, causing explosions on the ship's hull. Alien scouts fell from the sky, and small fires erupted across the city from their crashing ships. The humans cheered, but Eric knew it was only the beginning. "This shows them we can fight back," he said. "But they will return stronger. We must be ready." The Infiltrator retreated to a safe distance, conflicted. Its sensors recorded everything, and for the first time, it began questioning its orders. Humans were not weak. Humans were dangerous. And their courage? It was unlike anything the alien empire had encountered. Night fell again, but the city was alive with quiet determination. Civilians and soldiers worked together to repair damages, treat the injured, and prepare for the next wave. Lena moved among them, directing efforts and giving hope. She had become a symbol of resilience, and the Infiltrator could not ignore her influence. In a private moment, the Infiltrator analyzed its data. It had expected chaos, surrender, and fear. Instead, it found courage, strategy, and leadership. Humans were not the weak species its empire had assumed. They were capable of planning, adapting, and fighting with intelligence that rivaled even some alien tactics. This realization was dangerous. If the alien command learned the truth, it might underestimate humans or worse, treat them as a serious threat before fully preparing. The Infiltrator's mission had changed without it realizing. It was no longer just a spy, it had become a witness to something extraordinary. Suddenly, an alarm blared from the alien ship. Another wave was approaching. Bigger, faster, and more aggressive than the last. Drones, energy weapons, and mechanical walkers began descending toward the city. Panic threatened to return, but the humans were ready. They had learned from the first attacks, and this time they were organized. Lena led her team into strategic positions. Civilians were guided to safe zones, barricades were reinforced, and small human squads prepared clever traps. Eric coordinated the city-wide defenses from the command center, using every tool available. The alien infiltrator watched silently, torn. Humans were still weak in numbers, yes, but their courage made them formidable. Each human act of bravery, each clever move, seemed to predict and counter the alien attacks. And then it realized something terrifying: humans were learning faster than the aliens expected. Every attack taught them something. Every mistake the aliens made was corrected immediately. They were not just fighting, they were evolving in real time. The first strike of the new wave hit. Explosions lit the sky. Alien drones crashed into buildings. Humans fought back fiercely, coordinating attacks that stunned even the infiltrator. It could not predict their moves. It could not understand their strategy fully. By the end of the night, humans had survived again, and the infiltrator knew something crucial. Earth was not weak. Human bravery, intelligence, and unity were more dangerous than any weapon in the galaxy. It had started as a simple mission: observe weakness, report, and prepare the planet for conquest. But now the infiltrator realized the truth: humans were unlike any species it had ever encountered. And if its empire ignored this, the consequences could be unimaginable. As the city settled into an uneasy quiet, the infiltrator sent its report, but it hesitated, unsure what to say. Wait, no. Dangerous? Yes, extremely dangerous. For the humans, the night had proven something important. Even in the face of impossible odds, they could survive, fight, and inspire hope. And for the alien spy, the truth about human courage was a realization that would change everything. The dawn was pale over the ruined city, but humans were already moving. Fire still smoldered, smoke curling into the sky. The alien ship loomed above, cold and silent, but this time humans were not paralyzed with fear. They had survived 2 attacks and learned to fight back. Now they were preparing for something bigger. Captain Eric Vale stood at the command center, eyes glued to the main screen. He studied the alien ship's movements and energy patterns. "They're trying to overwhelm us," he said calmly. "But they are predictable and we've learned their rhythm." Lena Core was already in the field, directing civilians and soldiers with the precision of a seasoned commander. She led small groups to safe zones, coordinated defenses, and guided humans in setting traps against alien drones. Her calm courage inspired everyone around her, making ordinary people act bravely. The alien infiltrator observed from above, hiding among the humans. It had been sent to spy and report weakness. Instead, it was beginning to understand a terrifying truth: humans were not weak. Each act of bravery, each clever maneuver, made the infiltrator doubt everything it had been told. Suddenly, an alarm blared across the city. Alien drones descended in large numbers, faster and deadlier than ever. Energy beams sliced through buildings and mechanical walkers crashed onto streets, crushing debris in their paths. Panic threatened to return, but humans did not flee this time. Eric had a plan. "This is the moment we fight back fully," he said. He coordinated teams across the city, using every strategy they had learned. Energy disruptors were aimed at the drones, traps were set along the streets, and human squads worked together to predict alien movements. Every action was precise, calculated, and brave. The first strike hit. Drones fell into traps, their circuits fried by energy pulses. Soldiers fought with makeshift weapons, attacking drones from rooftops. Civilians helped guide them into ambushes, proving that courage was not limited to trained fighters. Lena spotted a squad of aliens approaching a trapped group of children. Without hesitation, she led a daring rescue. Dodging energy blasts and falling debris, she reached the children and pulled them to safety. Her bravery stunned everyone watching, including the alien infiltrator. The infiltrator recorded everything silently. It had seen species surrender, species flee, species beg for mercy, but humans? Humans fought, planned, and adapted. Their courage was unpredictable, dangerous even. A sense of unease settled within the alien spy. Meanwhile, Captain Eric directed a coordinated attack against the alien ship itself. Using the energy anomaly he had discovered, they aimed a series of precise missiles at weak points in the shield. Each strike caused small explosions on the ship's hull, shocking the alien forces. Drones faltered and some even fell from orbit. The humans' counterattack was working, but the alien ship responded quickly. Energy beams fired indiscriminately, forcing humans to take cover. Explosions shook the streets, dust and smoke filling the air. The city was a battlefield, yet humans moved with purpose, not fear. From its hidden position, the alien infiltrator watched, torn. It had been trained to detect weakness, report it, and aid in the conquest of Earth. But now, it realized that humans were something entirely unexpected. Their courage, their unity, their intelligence. This species could not be underestimated. As the battle raged, a critical moment arrived. A massive alien walker moved toward the city's main energy hub, threatening to destroy the humans' power supply. Lena and a small squad took a dangerous route to intercept it. Using clever traps and precise timing, they managed to disable the walker, saving the hub. The infiltrator's sensors recorded the event in detail. Humans had not only survived, they had actively turned the battle in their favor. It had never seen anything like this in its entire career. Their bravery was not instinctual, it was strategic, calculated, and deeply human. Captain Eric and Lena regrouped after the counterattack. The city was battered, but hope burned brighter than ever. Civilians were inspired, soldiers were energized, and even scattered resistance groups joined the defense. They had turned the first real battle into a victory, not by overpowering the aliens but by outsmarting them. The alien infiltrator transmitted a partial report back to its command. It hesitated, unsure what to write. Humans were not weak. Humans were unpredictable. Humans were dangerous. If the alien empire ignored this, the consequences could be catastrophic. Night fell again, and the city was eerily quiet after the chaos. Fire still burned, but humans worked tirelessly to repair damage and prepare for the next wave. Lena moved among them, giving guidance and encouragement. Captain Eric analyzed the alien movements, planning the next strike. And above all, the alien infiltrator watched. It had begun to respect humans in a way it had never experienced before. Its mission had been clear: observe and report weakness. But now, everything had changed. Humans were not weak. Humans were brave, clever, and dangerous. The first major battle had ended, but the war was far from over. Humans had survived, learned, and even fought back. And the alien spy, once confident of its mission, now feared what humans might do next. It whispered to itself silently, a thought it would never share with its superiors. This species, they are nothing like I expected. They are extraordinary. The unexpected war had only just begun. The night was thick with tension. The city lay in ruins from previous attacks, but humans moved with purpose. Fires still glowed in the distance, smoke curling into the sky, but fear had changed into determination. Every human knew the aliens were powerful, but they were no longer helpless. Captain Eric Vale stood in the command center, eyes scanning the alien ship hovering silently above. Its hull glimmered faintly, cold and unyielding. Eric's mind raced. They had survived the first attacks, fought back, and even damaged the ship. But the aliens would not stop. The next wave would be stronger, faster, and more dangerous. Prepare everyone, he said firmly. This is the real test. We fight not just to survive, but to prove that humans are not weak. Meanwhile, Lena Corps led teams through the city streets. Civilians helped move supplies, reinforced barricades, and guided the injured to safety. Soldiers, inspired by Lena's courage, set clever traps for alien drones. Makeshift weapons, energy disruptors, and coordinated attacks made humans more unpredictable than ever. The alien infiltrator observed from its hidden position. Its sensors recorded every move, every brave act. It had seen species panic, flee, or surrender before, but humans were different. Each time they were pushed to the edge, they adapted, learned, and even counterattacked. Something unusual stirred within the infiltrator: respect, yes, but also fear. Suddenly, a massive energy pulse from the alien ship lit up the sky. Drones descended in swarms, faster and stronger than anything the humans had faced before. Mechanical walkers landed heavily on the streets, crushing debris and creating chaos. The city erupted in explosions and sirens. Focus on strategy, Eric shouted to his team. They expect fear. They expect chaos. Let's give them the opposite. Using the energy anomaly he had discovered, Eric coordinated a synchronized attack. Missiles targeted weak points in the ship's shield. Energy disruptors were fired at the drones. Humans worked in unison, predicting alien movements, setting traps, and taking advantage of every opportunity. Lena noticed a group of civilians trapped near a collapsing building. Without hesitation, she dashed forward, dodging energy beams and falling debris. She directed the civilians to safety, then turned to help soldiers fight off drones attacking the area. Her bravery inspired everyone around her. The infiltrator watched silently. Humans were not only surviving, They were daring, clever, and dangerous. Each act of courage was like a puzzle piece, creating a pattern the Infiltrator could not fully understand. It recorded everything, conflicted about what to report to the alien empire. Meanwhile, a squadron of alien walkers advanced toward the city's energy hub, threatening to cut off the humans' power supply. Eric and Lena coordinated a daring plan. Using decoys, energy pulses, and precise timing, humans managed to intercept the walkers. Explosions rocked the streets, but the hub remained intact. Humans had turned a near disaster into a strategic advantage. The Infiltrator's sensors recorded the events with growing unease. Humans were unpredictable, adaptive, and brave in a way no other species had been. Its mission had been to spy on weakness, but now it realized the truth: humans were extraordinary. Eric then revealed the final stage of their plan: a coordinated strike against the alien ship itself. Missiles, guided by their calculations and timed with energy pulses, targeted the weakened points in the alien shield. Small explosions appeared on the ship's hull, sending drones crashing to the ground. Humans cheered, but Eric knew the battle was not over. The alien Infiltrator's conflict grew. Its orders were clear: observe and report. But what it had seen, human courage, strategy, and unity, challenged everything it believed. Should it report humans as weak, knowing they were dangerous? Should it try to sabotage their efforts secretly, or risk defying its empire? As the first light of dawn broke over the city, the alien ship hovered silently. Its attacks had slowed, but humans had proven something important. They could fight back, survive, and even outsmart a superior force. The Infiltrator realized that humans were not only capable of bravery, they were a threat. The humans gathered in small groups, tending to the injured, repairing equipment, and preparing for the inevitable next attack. Lena and Eric moved among them, guiding, encouraging, and planning. Civilians, soldiers, and scientists worked together, each understanding that survival required courage, intelligence, and unity. Above them, the Infiltrator considered its next move. It had come to observe weakness, but it had discovered strength. Humans had survived impossible odds, adapted to deadly attacks, and even counterattacked strategically. The alien spy realized that Earth was far from an easy conquest. Its final thought before reporting back was clear and chilling: this species is not weak. They are dangerous. More dangerous than any of our records predicted. The war was far from over. Humans had survived wave after wave, and their courage had grown stronger with each attack. The Infiltrator now faced a choice: follow orders blindly, or acknowledge the unexpected truth about human bravery. The city, battered but alive, awaited the next move of the alien ship. Humans had survived the unimaginable, and their valor was now a force even the aliens could not ignore. The unexpected war was reaching a critical point, and the Infiltrator knew that the coming battles would reveal whether humans could truly stand against the galaxy's mightiest. The city lay in quiet tension, battered from days of attacks but still standing. Fires smoldered in distant streets, smoke rising toward a pale sky. Humans had survived wave after wave of alien assaults, and their courage had only grown stronger. Captain Eric Vale stood on the command center balcony, overlooking the city. His eyes scanned the alien ship hovering above, immense and cold, its lights casting eerie shadows on the ruined buildings. "This is it," he said quietly. "The moment that decides everything. We have survived so far, but now we strike." Lena Corps moved through the streets, rallying civilians and soldiers alike. Barricades were reinforced, energy disruptors were placed strategically, and volunteers prepared traps against alien drones. Her calm voice and confident presence inspired everyone. Ordinary people moved with bravery, helping each other and following orders without hesitation. Above the city, the alien Infiltrator observed everything. It had spent days witnessing human courage, intelligence, and resilience. It had seen civilians organize under fire, soldiers improvise weapons, and leaders like Eric and Lena execute flawless strategies. For the first time in its life, the Infiltrator was conflicted, not just about its mission but about its loyalty to its empire. The alien ship began to move, firing energy beams and deploying scouts faster and in greater numbers than ever. Mechanical walkers stomped through the streets, creating chaos. Civilians froze in fear, but soldiers and volunteers acted with precision. They guided people to safe zones, ambushed drones, and disabled walkers using clever traps and energy disruptors. Eric watched from the command center. "This is the final stage. Target the weak points we found earlier. Focus on strategy. Timing is everything." Missiles launched in perfect coordination with energy pulses from human devices. Each missile struck a vulnerable spot on the alien ship's shield, causing small explosions. Drones fell from the sky, walkers malfunctioned, and the alien forces began to falter. Humans were turning the tide. In the streets, Lena led a critical mission. A massive alien walker advanced toward the city's central energy hub, threatening to disable the humans' power supply. Lena and a small squad of soldiers and volunteers executed a daring plan. They used decoys to lure the walker into a trap while directing precise energy pulses at its legs. The walker toppled with a deafening crash, saving the hub and inspiring everyone watching. The alien infiltrator watched in awe. Humans had not only survived, they were actively fighting back with strategy, bravery, and intelligence. Its mission had been to spy on weakness, but what it had seen over these days had revealed a truth it could no longer deny. Humans were extraordinary. The alien ship recoiled from the coordinated human attacks. Its drones faltered and mechanical walkers fell. Humans continued to fight, using every advantage they had learned in the previous battles. They were no longer victims, they were warriors. In a final bold move, Captain Eric directed all remaining missiles at the alien ship's shield's weakest points, coordinating with Lena's field teams to distract drones and walkers. The missiles struck simultaneously, causing massive explosions. Energy beams from the ship faltered, and parts of its hull cracked under the pressure. Alien drones plummeted from orbit and walkers collapsed in the streets. The infiltrator, seeing the humans' triumph, experienced something it had never felt before: awe. Its mission had been simple, its orders clear. But now it understood why its empire feared humanity. Humans were not weak. Humans were brave, clever, and unstoppable when united. For the first time, the alien spy acted against its own orders. It secretly disrupted remaining alien drones, giving humans a final advantage. The alien empire had underestimated Earth, and the consequences were catastrophic. The humans watched as the alien ship, battered and faltering, began to retreat. Its drones scattered, its walkers fell silent, and its massive hull drifted away into the darkness of space. The war at last had turned in favor of humanity. In the command center, Eric and Lena looked at each other, exhausted but victorious. Civilians cheered, soldiers raised their makeshift weapons in triumph, and the city, though damaged, was alive. Humanity had survived the impossible, and had done so with courage, intelligence, and unity. The infiltrator remained hidden, observing the humans one last time. It recorded a message for its empire, one that would change the way aliens viewed Earth forever. Humans are not weak. They are extraordinary. Do not underestimate them. Their courage is unmatched. They are a force the galaxy cannot ignore. As the alien ship vanished into the void, humans began to rebuild. Streets were cleared, injured were tended, and communities worked together. Lena helped organize relief efforts, while Eric planned defenses for the future. They knew the war was not truly over. Others might come, but humans had proven their strength. The infiltrator left Earth silently, knowing it could never forget what it had witnessed. It had underestimated humans, but now it understood them. Humanity's valor, courage, and ingenuity had stunned even the most advanced alien observer. And somewhere in the depths of space, the alien empire received a report that would change their perception forever. Earth was no longer a weak, defenseless planet. Humans were warriors, strategists, and a species unlike any other in the galaxy. The unexpected war had ended, but the legend of human courage, bravery, and unity would echo through the stars for generations to come.